What has the advantage? Tell me.
The one.
The one.
It's longer.
It's longer. Is that the advantage? All right, everybody, we're back at the 14-meter wall. So it's 14.5 meters to the top. So you have to shoot 15 meters over top. So what we're doing today is we're running a test. So we're going to run a distance test, a height test, and amperage test on how much amperage is pulling out from each gun. So what we're trying to do is find the best super gun to what we have on stock, which we have a Southeast Softwash wand with a Southeast Softwash shooter tip. I don't know if the flow is going to be right on that, but we'll check that out as we go. We've got the blue washdown gun and we've got the Water Boss gun. We have changed the orifice in the little thing. We've changed the orifice size out. So we'll have a look at that as well. So what we're going to do is we'll do a distance spray off that wall up the car park so we can go to the 2 points, so a halfway point and the end point of where it sprays. So we'll do one here, and one here. And we'll put a tiny bit of chlorine in there so we can mark it on the ground. And we'll do the same thing to the wall. We'll put a tiny bit of chlorine. We'll shoot the wand over here, the blue gun and the Water Boss gun. And we'll put a little bit of chlorine on there so we can mark it on the wall to show clearly where it's gonna go. So let's go. So we got the Southeast Softwash wand with the shooter tip on the end. You can hear that pump idling. So it's drawing 38 amps. Alright, so by the sound of that pump, that nozzle can't handle the flow, which we probably already knew. It was drawing very high amperage because of the back pressure and back flow. So we open it up, you hear that pump, it's just purring along now. A lot of flow coming out that end. What it's drawing out now is 28.5 amps on a consistent ratio. So let's put it up the wall. Alright, so we're here, we're going to lean on the wall. That's going to be our point of difference, is we're going to measure back to the wall. So we're going to go distance, going to give it a little bit to work. So that's just straight out of the end of the nozzle. So, as you can clearly see there, it's shooting way over the wall. So we're just going to load up that section. It should kill everything down that wall with the bit of chlorine that I got there. So I got the laser guy here, so I can't lie about the results because the laser guy's here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a midway point where the high flow is. So a midway point's probably about here. You stand here. Here, stand here. And then point it to that wall there. You can see the dot on the wall. So 15.5 meters from the midpoint. What's the end point? Right here, that's the end point. End point is 18.1. Now that's pretty good for an open flow. All right, so that's a Southeast Softwash wand. Or you can see where it's starting to melt. You can see all the soap up the top there. So we're going to change over to the blue gun, and we're going to do the same thing. So now we've got the blue gun on. Let's see the amperage. Drawing 30 amps on the module, 30. Pretty consistent. All right, top of that white post this time. So standing flat against the back of the wall. We're shooting. Shooting just a little bit further in the arm. We've got a little bit of wind coming through that corridor, which is pretty good. Like, if you need to shoot any further than that, you probably got a lot more problems than that. But we got a little bit of wind coming down through this corridor. So as you can see, we'll hit the 14-meter wall again. We're going to go up the wall, straight in the middle. Now you can see from the light there, it's going over top. It's shooting over top of that 14-meter wall. Clearly going straight up and over the roof. You can see the sun there coming through. You got it? So what's the middle range? Middle range just there. You're gonna shoot the wall? You see the wall?
Yeah.
Got him? You go press the button. You see the red light? Alright, stop. So the middle range is 15.7, and that's the bulk of your water. And then where's the tip? Alright. Hit another one.
18.
18.
And the other one
18.2. There you go.
That one was just 18.
So you got to remember, all these results vary due to wind conditions. Like, we've got a little wind tunnel coming down through this corridor because we're ducked down on these buildings. And I've changed the fan pattern on the back of the blue gun for me. I've changed the fan patterns on the back of those guns to suit me and my application. So I'm not going for distance, I'm going for what suits me, customization. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab the water boss gun and we're going to whack that on that line. We'll do the amperage and everything like that. Let's get into that. Alright, so we've got the water bus gun on, it's all primed up. Let's see what the amperage is. 27.1. Around that 27 mark, so probably an amp less. And that normally means it's got more flow than the other gun because the amperage. Because I'll show you a video of the other day when I hooked it. Alright, so here we go. We got the water bus gun on for its first inaugural fully test. So we are drawing at 23 amps. Up. I've changed the orifice size inside there from the original to the one they put in the box, and it's got more power. It had 22 amps, 23 amps going through that orifice, but it was a much unpowered stream. So great for like doing houses and stuff. So if you're trying to conserve your batteries for the day and you're just doing a basic one-story complex and want to get around nice and easy, then that's a great orifice size to put in there. I'll actually show you. Because I've still got it on the truck. I'll keep it on the truck because of that reason. So that's it there. So nice, and it's a little bit larger than the one that's already in there, and it's super easy. You just unscrew the end, get a little screwdriver, pop that off, and then whack it in to the little grommets. So really easy to put in and out. They take you about 10 seconds to do it. And that would conserve your battery for the day if you're looking to do that. But we're here for the shooting test, so let's do that. Inside of that white cone. So it's getting a little bit further than the wand. I probably get a little bit more distance, but that's a lot of flow at that end there, just hitting that section there. Like, it's still got a bit of punch. Can it get over the wall? That's the question. Let's have a look. Alright, so we're going to the highest part of the wall, which is 14.5 meters. Standing probably about 2-3 meters off the wall. And as you can see, it's shooting over the wall at the same time. The guns are not going to stop it from the height. The guns are going to stop it from the distance. But you're going to cap out because of the size of the hose, the size of the reels, all the restrictions are going to stop your flow. What's the middle there, mate? What do we got? Laser on, shooting the wall. 15.1. So all around par. It's just a matter which one you want the punch with. The blue gun seems to be the one with the more punch.
17.
17.8.
The other ones were 18. But it doesn't count because this one's been blown down.
That's the one's it's been flowing down there, so it won't count. All right, so let's go pros and cons. Well, everything's going to work. This one here, the wand is probably not got enough punch to knock stuff off the walls, but it's going to flood on everything you need to do. We would have to work out fan sizes and shooter tip and all that type of stuff to stop that backflow. So that's probably on the back burner. Something that could be coming later on down the pipeline. It just doesn't really matter too much at the moment. Blue gun is definitely your go-to. It's around $200, $230 to buy a blue gun. The only downside to the blue gun I've always had is the internals mess up. So you're always buying 1 to 2 guns a year, maybe 3 guns a year. Depends on the usage. I use a lot of soft washing, so that is the downside, that all the rings and stuff in the middle go. So that's a pro and a con at the same time. It definitely has more punch to knock down things up high, so you definitely want to keep one on the truck as a backup. So if you get to that complex where you got to knock some lichen off the top, it's always going to be a pro. The Water Boss, it's stainless steel insides. You can replace nearly everything on it with the replacement kit. So as it's an expensive gun, it's around $450. But you can replace the internals and everything in it. You can change the orifice size out, so if you wanted to save your batteries a little bit more. It doesn't have as much punch to take off stuff up in the air. It is much lighter and nicer to handle. The trigger is a lot nicer. And then you have this little washer that they put out there, locks. So it can save your hands. You can rest them up here and kind of rinse everything. So I like this one. I'm going to use the Water Boss gun probably 80% of the time. And then the other 20, I'm going to come back to the blue gun. So I'm just going to have the quick connects on the end, which are 3/4 inch quick connects. And I'm just going to switch between both these guns. Long term, this is probably going to save me a ton of money compared to the blue guns, where I might use one blue gun a year and I'll get a cost on the replacing of the internals on this one. But that's my thoughts and everything that you're seeing today. These are the 2 guns that I'm going to be using. This is probably 80% and this one's going to be 20%. So I hope that helps somebody in choosing a super pump gun. Like and subscribe for more content as we go through and use a super pump. We're using it day in, day out. It's not something I've just whacked on the truck and I'm making videos on it. This is my everyday truck. I use it to wash houses, to pre-treat driveways, to wash roofs. This is my everyday truck. It's not just for filming. This is stuff that I use every day of the week. So if you like the content, stay around, get some more. See you later.